Hey, my real estate friends. And yes, I know I'm wearing a Burger King crown. And I'm doing this why? Because it's just to say, hey, doesn't matter what you look like, just get the video done. Let's talk about the part of real estate no one likes to talk about. The moment you sit down with a seller and you both pretend you're not about to fight over price. You've got your CMA, they've got Zillow and a dream. Now what? Here's what I want you to know and what I want you to teach your seller. Every seller, yes, every single one, is afraid of three things: leaving money on the table, aka pricing too low; not selling at all, aka pricing too high; and lastly, paying you too much. That's it. That's the whole mental pie chart. And if we don't address these fears, they will run the entire pricing conversation. Overpricing is just a seller trying to protect themselves from number one. And when you fight them on price right away, it feels like you're just trying to check off fear number three. So what do? One, we stop pushing. We start managing risk. Here's how I say it in a listing appointment. You're really managing two risks. One, pricing too low and leaving money on the table. Two, pricing too high and not selling. Which one of those is more stressful for you? Then I be quiet, right? Because what you've just done is flip the script. Instead of playing pricing tug of war, you're now a partner in helping them navigate their own risk tolerance. You're no longer the adversary, you're the guide. Next, I bring out a visual pricing graph, a scattergram, a line chart, whatever works for you in your market. Then say, here's what the market is doing. Where do you see your home landing if we want it sold in the next 30 days? It's no longer my opinion versus theirs. It's them versus the market, with me sitting next to them, not across the table. That's when it starts to click. Now, here's the key moment in the conversation, maybe the most important point of all. Buyers decide what a house is worth in 7 minutes. That's it. Think about it yourself. How often do you go into a new construction or a pre existing home and then you decide if this house is worth it? Not after reading your poetic listing description, not after your Twilight drone photos, just 7 minutes. So, this is what you say to the buyer. When you were shopping for homes, how long did it take you to size up a property? 10 minutes? Less? They always smile and say, pretty quick. Exactly. So now I say, if we price at 1.6, but the buyers think it's worth 1.4, they don't say, let's offer less. No, they don't do that. They say, let's go and find something else. Overpriced listings don't get negotiated, they just get ignored. That's the game now. So, what if your seller still wants to list high? They say, we want to try 1.5 and see what happens. Now, here's how I respond. I mean, that's totally fair. Let's assume we're doing everything right: great marketing, strong exposure, full visibility, but no buyer writes a check for 1.5. How long do you think you need to leave it at that price before you feel comfortable that you haven't left money on the table? Let them sit with that for a minute. They'll usually say, I don't know, 30 days. Perfect. That gives you a seller driven timeline for adjusting the price without a fight, without a lecture, and without that dead eye, I told you so 3 weeks later. And during that time, you track showings, online views, feedback, and just give them data they can't ignore. This is how you reduce the price with dignity and clarity instead of desperation. Now, if you're in a market with a lot of similar type of properties, condos, townhomes, you know, huge builder communities, you can use what's called the buyer's eyes tool. Excuse me. You take them to see nearby listings and let them feel what 1.5, or if it's 400,000, whatever the number is, you let them feel what that looks like. But be careful. Do not use this tool with custom homes unless you like long afternoons and weird arguments about 2003 slate backslashes. Trust me, just don't do it. And finally, remind them of what they already gained. This is important. You bought this house in 2016 for 1 million. You're listing it for 1.5. I just want to say good job. I mean, you've already won. There was a study of two groups of sellers, same market. The ones who were reminded of their gains were more open to real offers. The ones who weren't, they fought tooth and nail and sold for less. So gratitude beats greed every time. So here's the recipe. Ask which fear is stronger, not selling or leaving money on the table. Show the market visually, not verbally. Remind them that buyers are lightning fast value judges. Ask how long they need to feel safe before adjusting. And remember, celebrate how far they've already come. This is pricing without conflict. This is the modern seller conversation. And it's the conversation that'll keep you from walking out of another listing saying, well, they're just being unrealistic. They're being human. Teach better, lead better, close better. If this was helpful, hit that like, subscribe, leave your war stories in the comments, especially if they involve track lighting, glass block showers, or sellers who just know what it's worth. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay sharp.